Hello everyone, Athena Artiste here with the start of a new series, which I'm on Banished with the Mega Mod, and that's all I'm going to be calling it is the Mega Mod. I am going to make this the only currently running series at this time. Yes, I know I've been really enjoying that Waterworld series, but then I expect to have a lot of fun with this too. And I know that some people expressed some enjoyment about how I did my first look on this, but that does add to the post-production time. So if I happen to have some of those little screenshots and things that I've clipped out, I'll use them, but otherwise, no, because it does add to the length that, because I want to try to get these done faster so I can do more than one a week. That's what it boils down to. Okay, so let's get going with a few things. I need to set my camera position here so that because I know I'm going to be twisting and turning and so forth. Okay, let's talk about map. I did reorganize my blog a bit. Yes, I'm going to pull up the medium-sized map for you to see. This is a Verdant Plains map, and I thought it was quite interesting in that the trade river loops around like this, which means that there's a fair amount of areas here that are not that accessible to the trade river. And there are lakes, as you can see, but not that many. So let's shut that one. Whoops. It's this one. And I'm going to open up this larger view for you now so that you can see that. But you see, it doesn't exactly fit inside my screen resolution. And so far as I know, I do have the largest screen resolution you could set for this. But anyway, as you can see, we spawned right here and we're very close to a lake. So let's shut that down. And we're going to, if you want to read more about, and yes, I am using a few additional mods in addition to the Mega Mod, which is now at version 0.06. And yes, Mr. K did a wonderful job at reorganizing this, so it's much, much easier to read. A big thank you to him for that, of course, along with all of his work. And so without that, let's get into the game. Now, I did also find in a bit of testing and stuff that there is a road type here. It's by DS Roads, which I believe is by discrepancy, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. This one does show up underneath the snow, unlike so many of them that I've tried. And don't get me wrong, I do really appreciate them, but, you know, with me playing under very harsh conditions, well, I have to have snow on the ground all the time. So, but the only thing is I'm a little confused about is, well, it's clear, for example, over here, he says that there are resources needed to build them, but I really believe that these also cost resources, even though they say just one work per tile. Well, tell you what, let's put just a little bit of it in here, and we'll see if they're going to build it for us. But I am going to put in my regular road, which in this case is going to be this one. We're going to go straight north and get up here near this lake eventually. But now we're going to put in a stockpile. This is sort of my conventional way of starting a game, but then I'm going to be taking advantage of some of these wonderful new things here we have in the Mega Mod, starting with the housing type. Now, I've been using this one, which I believe was by Kid, or maybe that was Mr. K's. It's blue, so I suspect it was Mr. K's. It looks like a pump tent, as you can see. This one is by Red Ketchup, which is called a settler's tent. It's just a bigger style tent, but it actually does look like it would hold a family, and it does use a little bit less resources Then the little pup tent. So we're going to be building that. Now we're going to need something for them to get themselves warm with. So let's use this tiny little chopper. And I'm sorry, I really don't know who made all these. I believe this one was by Kid. If I happen to know, because it's green, I will say, but otherwise you're just going to have to bear with me. And we're also going to put up a food type, which is the hunter, which is from the forest. I know this one is from the forest outpost, so this is by Kid as well. And let's just put this one, well, we'll put it up in here next to that tent. There we go. So I've got something to chop wood, I've got a temporary house, and something for food. So what we're going to get first is a bunch of wood, and that's going to be it. And we've got 2 people on as builders. So now let's see what's going to happen down here if they are going to build this road for us without us having gathered any sort of resources. No, they're not. See, that's what I suspect. So let me pause it here and take this road back out, because it's really not doing us any good at this point. I do like those, and I will be using them later on, but as I suspected, they do require some sort of resources. Exactly what, I'm not sure of. Okay, so we got someone chopping wood now. And there we've got 3 people moved into our tent. And our hunter is just about done. Come on, let's get the hunter done. There we go. Now, and I'm going to bump that right up to 1500, although it will take us probably longer than this episode to get there. Okay, so now we have the very basics. We have a place for them to go to get warm, we've got someone chopping wood, and we've got someone doing something about food. So, now, let's bring our road over, well, yeah, right in there is fine. Now we're going to put in another stockpile. It would help if I would select it now, wouldn't it? Okay, so let's put in another stockpile right there. And now we're going to grab even some more wood, because we're going to be doing a lot more building. And I'm also going to get, well, let's see, a little bit of stone. So you'll see what's going to come from that in just a moment. Let me spin things around here, because now I'm going to start with setting up some dock. We're going to, well, let's come out just one, and then we're going to start going across this way for a bit, and then we're going to put in one of these barns. Whoops, I need to turn it around so the door faces the way I want. And there we go. And we're going to put in 2 water scavengers right there, which is another food source, of course. And next to it, we'll put in the reed farm. Oh, I think I've run out of... No, I guess there is dock there still. Okay, well, let's put that... That's fine. I guess it can go right there. We're just gonna wait on building that one. Now, let's put the game back in motion again and tell them we want to put a rush on these things here. And also that little bit of stone up in there, along with the wood, of course. Because what I'm going to be building up in here, and I can cite it right now, is I'm going to build the first level of this hostel, the medieval hostel. Yes, I know, the supply of logs is low. You're always complaining to me. Now I want this key, and we're going to put him this right in here. There we go. Get them started on that, and of course on all these things. Keep that going as the most urgent. So we should start having some... Where's the rest of some logs here? We got a bunch of people running around. Well, they're building the water scavenger and they haven't even got the dock in. Oh my, look at this. Oh my, talk about people walking on water. Yes, I know, food is low. I'm very aware of that. They were trying to build a barn, too. Well, I do need you guys to put that dock in there. Thank you. So that way people can walk back and forth. Okay, now we have 2 people on those scavengers. So there we go with that. And they should be getting ready to build this hostel. Or hotel, whatever it is you wish to say it. Which is going to get everyone, I hope, in out of the cold. Now, the next thing we need to do is actually... Yeah, we've got plenty of stone now. So let's cancel all that stone. We're gonna still get the trees, of course. But now we're going to go after the iron. And there's some more iron over in here, and here, and over here. Because the next thing, of course, I want to build is my little town arrival. Well, let's put you right down there. And because we're going to need to get tools started pretty soon, I think. And I will be building... No, it's over here under the docks. I want to build the workshop, which I'm going to put over here next to this stockpile area. Okay. And it's getting cold. Okay, so there is that. How much iron ore do we have? None. Haha. Oh dear. Okay, but we have 14 leather. Well, I'll get to that in just a minute. Okay. Here comes the hostel. So everyone is going to be in out of the cold. And let's also get them to working on that. And we're going to need... There we go. Everyone's moving in there that can fit in there. But now they've got a place here to go to get warm as well. Swills, this is going to improve things greatly. Plus, babies can be born. So, let's get this workshop built here. Did you get some iron ore there? Yes, you did. So as soon as we can get you to build that, we'll start getting some tools made. Get this started up here pretty soon, too. Where are we at? Well, the 15-minute mark. Not doing too badly, not doing too badly. There we go. Now, we know that we have some iron ore, so we're going to put you to work right to making tools. Let's bump that one up, this one up, and just stick a 0 on there. And we're just going to put one person in there for right now. Okay. So, yes, we noticed that the supply of tools was low. Okay. Next on the agenda is the fishery. So we're in the middle of winter, and I want to get the fishery built before the next winter sets in. So let's start. Hopefully that's going to be enough. And we're going to put someone over there to gathering reeds for us. And let's start getting this set up so that we could start building some permanent houses. But at least now they are in out of the cold. Babies can be born. So and here we go into spring. And okay, you got that one. I don't know how much further I came out. Just a little bit further actually. But hopefully that's going to be far enough. So let's pause the game. And I gotta zoom up here like this so I can see the thing. Well, it looks like it's just kind of squeaking right by, right there. Okay. So as soon as they bring in that rest of the dock, things will be just peachy. At least I think I got that right. Hold on a second. Let me redo it, because it looks like it's not quite touching the dock. And of course I want to make sure it is touching the dock. Yeah. See, now I can tell it's touching the dock. It just didn't look right to me. Okay, so we're going to put another barn out here and tell them to put a rush on that. And let's see. I want to come... Well, let's do this a bit differently. Where is that, if I could figure out where that is? I think it's right there. let's put in the dock bridge from here over to there. And there's our fishery. Wow, we got this done fast. Yeah, I've got just enough people to fully staff that. But that's gonna pretty much take up everyone for the time being. Let's just reconnect that there on that side. Because now I can start putting in some houses along this bridge. Because it's dock type, I can do that. So I'm going to put 2 houses right in there. Now, of course, they're going to have to build the bridge first. So let's remind them to do that part first. Okay, we've got our barn done. So now we should... Well, it's true, we don't have them living over here just yet. Okay, here comes the bridge. Now, did you guys get any feathers? You got a few feathers. So let's have you make just a few survival coats for us, so that we at least have something there as all these babies are getting born. There's some sort of clothing available for them. And as soon as you use up those 10 feathers or so, whatever it is, which isn't going to take you long, we will... Well, let's see, I think we should put you on to making fire bundles for a bit, because we're heading back into winter again. Oh, speaking of which, I do need to put in one of those little dock fuel barns, which we'll put right there. So there we go. Okay, so now we have the bridge done. So let's put in our first 2 permanent homes, which hopefully will be our fishery people, but I kind of doubt it at this point. So we're gonna put in a little bit more dock on this side of our barn. There. Okay, here goes those houses. Now we're going to need one. How many people do we have out here in this one now? We've got 4. We've got both our hunter and our woodcutter. Well, the first thing we could do is move our woodcutter. So let's do that. We'll just build another one right down here for right now. So we know that we're not having someone up there for the woodcutter. And we're going to put up here by this hunter that's up here. Okay, we're going to take this one out. There. Now we're going to put in a house out here. Let's use this colonial small house for our hunter people. There's one there. As you can see, that is very reasonable on resources. And we are going to have to grab some more stone, I think, at this point. And so forth. There we go. Now make sure we've also got more trees getting chopped. Because we're going to need more trees. Okay, there we go. Now, so I have 2 houses here. And I'm going to need a mess more. So, let's see. Now, I could, and I think I will do that. I will put in some of these Boston houses. I know they're kind of big, but they do look really pretty and colorful. Put a green one in. There's a purple one and a white one. Now that's 3 of those. Now, that is only going to be using wood, though. So we'll see how many more houses we're going to need when we get all of these built. Okay, now you are going to go over... Well, you better make us some more rough tools again. Looks like we're running low on those. Okie dokie. Where are we time-wise? 27 minutes. So what I need to do is take this one out now, which is going to make those people homeless, but then hopefully these people will become our hunters. And supply of logs is low. Yes, I'm very much aware of that. Okay, so what we're gonna do is come over this way quite a bit. And that's probably our 4 people that we just booted out of the tent. How many do we have left over here? Well, looks like one more family. And there they are. So we're going to have one other extra one for some young couple. Now I'm going to pause the game again. Well, no, it's here. The Wild Things Forester. And we want the other style of building, please. And let's turn it around. And we're going to put it right about there. There we go. So we've got everyone out of here. Wonderful. So how many more houses are we going to need? Well, there's a couple, it looks like, there. Another couple there. And... well, young lady. So I think 3 more houses sounds about right. Now, do I want to... why aren't you cutting more Logs. Thought I'd selected a bunch more logs. Maybe I didn't. There we go. Now this one out here is definitely going to get a well. So we're going to put that right in here. And we're going to put, this one is going to be just a wood stockpile. Right there. Okay, there's another house, so I need to build at a minimum 2 more, which I think are going to need to go up in here. And what I think I will do is I will use these. I'll put, oh, let's put this one on this bluish one. See, they're kind of not quite as wide, but they're really wide. So those two, those are all going to fit together nicely. So now, I thought I had that right. I should, after this, have everyone into permanent homes. My young people, that is. So, because I need to build one out here. Oh, darn it, now the mouse is acting up again. It does that. It goes and it starts flipping things around on me. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, we need 1, 2. Well, that's a guy to go with that gal. It says we just need 2 at this point. So I can't put one out here just yet. Okay, well, I guess I could put one more person onto this. There we go. And I don't know if I want to build the market just yet. But I suppose I could. And I think I will use for this first one the dock market. Simply because it has such a huge radius, and of course it only uses wood. That is going to be that for right now. Now what the other thing we need to do, while I'm thinking of it, hold on. Okay, let's put in, we need, it's actually more than we need the dock market. We need, well, let's put in a couple of herb growers. There we go. So let's just put a hold on that one till the next episode. And we are going to need one of the herb menders, which we will put over by the market. That's the market, right? So we're going to put that right there. So let's get these going. And we are going to put in yet another one of these big dock barns. Well, I want it to come out this way. Because when I've tried to play this, actually, as soon as I get this Wild Things Forester up and running, I tend to get a lot of food from it, which is nice. I'm not complaining at all. But I need to have a lot of storage for it all. Okay, let's put the game back in motion before I forget. Because I'm going to have to start looking for a good stopping point for this episode. And I think it's going to be when I get these herb growers up and running and so forth. So we want those. We want that over there. Where is it? Oh, it's right there. And we're going to need a well. 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 Let's put a well right here. Here we go. So, yeah. Now, are you out of iron ore? What's the problem there? You're out of iron ore. I thought I selected plenty. Well, let me make sure I grab some more. Yeah, that's all selected. As is that. That one's not selected yet, but we've got it selected now. They're busy chopping trees is what it is, so that they can build these things. So, alright, we've got one of the herb growers up and running. And let's bump our herb amount up significantly. So that we can get some improvement going with the health. Let's put a rush on that little bit of iron ore right there. Well, let's have you make us some fire bundles while you're waiting for some more iron ore. Okay, both herb growers. Well, that was the herb mender. Well, the herb mender's up and running. So now we just gotta get this other herb grower up and running. And then we're going to be at least done with where I want to be for the end this episode. Because I want to get into this area in our next one. Oh, and I need to bring my road a bit further over. There we go. So there is our other herb grower. Now remember, these do not produce very much each year. And people can only visit the herbalist, or our herb vendor in this case, once per season. But if we don't have herbs available, then they can't get something that will help them feel better. So that's why I decided to build 2 of these at the outset of things. And that way, hopefully, we are going to be getting them to be feeling, still keep maintaining their health as we go forward with things. Yes, and I want another well there. And I know it's going to start complaining at me about the stone. Yep, what I say. But there we go. Now, did you get some ore in there? Yeah, you got some ore. So you can go back to making rough tools. And I do think, yeah, we're right at the 40-minute mark. How about that? So let's pause the game, and this is where we are going to pick things up from here on our next episode. I will check on one thing. Yes, I know I get very obsessive about this. Oh, that's terrible. How many of we just have? Well, we have 3 of them living out here, but it looks like we're going to need to build another house. Anyway, so hopefully, well, I can't put it on the water if I have to use a dock type if I want it on the water. Okay, so let's put, but I will not build that until the next episode. And hopefully, my fisher people, wherever they are at, will be the ones living in this house so we could get them really close to their work spot, because I do get very obsessive about that. Okay. Well, thank you all for watching. Hit the like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye for now.